which remarkably enough does not get anyone anywhere. It doesn't get anyone anywhere because, remarkably enough, it does not get anyone anywhere. There was a depression over the Atlantic, which remarkably enough does not get anyone anywhere. It was traveling eastwards towards an area of high pressure over Russia and still showed no tendency to move northwards around it and round it and round it. They were fulfilling their functions. The temperature was in proper relation to the average temperature, the temperature of the coldest as well as of the hottest month, and the periodic monthly variation in temperature. The rising and setting of the sun and of the moon, the phases of the moon, Venus and Saturn's rings, and many other important phenomena were in accordance with the forecasts in the astronomical yearbooks. The vapor in the air was at its highest tension, and the moisture in the air was at its lowest. In short, to use an expression that describes the facts pretty satisfactorily, even though it is somewhat old-fashioned, it was a fine August day in the year 1913. The street in which the minor accident had occurred was one of those long, winding rivers of traffic that radiate from their source in the center of the city and flow through the surrounding districts out into the suburbs. Had the elegant couple followed its course for a while longer, they would have seen something that would certainly appeal to them. It was an 18th or even perhaps 17th century garden, still in parts unspoiled. And passing along its iron railings, one caught a glimpse through the trees of a well-kept lawn, and beyond it something like a miniature chateau, hunting lodge or pavillon d'amour from times past and gone. More precisely, its original structure was 17th century. The garden and the upper story had an 18th century look, and the facade had been restored and somewhat spoiled in the 19th century, so that the whole thing had a faint, bizarre character like that of a superimposed photograph. But the general effect was such that people invariably stopped and said, "Oh, look." And when this pretty little white building had its windows open, one could see into the gentlemanly calm of a scholar's house where the walls were lined with books. He was standing at one of the windows, looking through the delicate filter of the garden's green air into the brownish street, and for the last 10 minutes, watch in hand, he had been counting the cars, carriages and trams, and the pedestrians' faces blurred by distance, and all of which filled the network of his gaze with a whirl of hurrying forms.